Charlotte Flair haters, you are not going to like this. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm talking about, because Charlotte Flair is doing something pretty interesting, and it got me thinking. Now, obviously, we know that Charlotte Flair, one of WWE's biggest stars right now, not only in the men's not only the men's division, the women's division, the entire company. She is one of their biggest stars, but unfortunately, she's sidelined with an injury. And it sucks because it comes at a time where WWE's women's division has never been more stacked. And as the draft approaches, look at all of the potential matches in which she could have had, right? Whether it be rematches or new matches, whether it be rematches with your Rhea Ripleys, your Becky Lynch's, your Bayley's, your Io Sky's, your Naomi's, or it could be new matches with a Tiffany Stratton, a Jade Cargill, if you will. There are so many talented, big-name stars in the WWE Women's Division in which Charlotte Flair could be mixing it up with. But unfortunately, she's sidelined with a severe injury. But the good news is she's pretty dang determined to come back as soon as possible, because she is going to be out of action for at least 9 to 12 months, dating back to December on an episode of SmackDown when she worked a match with Asuka. She tore her ACL, MCL, meniscus, all right? Just a horrific injury. It happened when Flair did a spot in the corner, seemingly twisting when she fell, and she immediately grabbed her knee. And since then, she got surgery and started doing rehab and documenting the progress in which she has made thus far, which is so great. Because if you look at the career that Charlotte Flair has had in WWE, it's remarkable. I was recently uploading new photos for future videos on Charlotte Flair, and I was kind of going through her career, and it got me thinking, like, the way that she's come thus far in her career, the way that she has seemingly changed the way that WWE books her it's phenomenal. If you go back to when she was first introduced, she was extraordinarily green. She did not have the greatest in-ring ability, but you could tell that there was something there in two ways. One, you could tell that there was something there because she had charisma right off the bat. As soon as she walked out, she looked like a star. And you cannot teach charisma. You cannot teach how to be a big star. You just can't. Either you got it or you don't. The other one was when she was working in the ring, you could tell that she had talent. She just needed to kind of put the pieces together. That was the only thing that was really lacking with Charlotte Flair. And they tried to make her, they paired her with Ric Flair on television, obviously her father, and they tried to make her the next Ric Flair, and it just never fit. Even in NXT and on the main roster, it just never fit, right? She had like sparkles on her face, and she was doing the woos with him on television and promos, and it's like, oh geez, what are we doing here? And then finally they got him away from her, right? And then she started to blossom. And I've always said this, I think Charlotte Flair is a hands down better heel than a babyface, although the last year or so in her career before she was sidelined with a devastating injury, she was a babyface, and she actually did a pretty good job at it, even though it's not natural for her. So today's video, let's talk about it, if you will, because Charlotte Flair is doing something that is very interesting, and you got to give her a lot of props for her doing. Despite the fact that she is on the sidelines, and she will be for probably close to a year, she's not staying out of sight, right? I've heard this before, I'm sure you have as well. Time away, time off is your worst enemy if you're a pro wrestler, on whether it be social media or television, right? Because the fans, what if they forget about you? Now, obviously, in the case of Charlotte Flair, they're not going to forget about her when she returns to television. But she recently took to Twitter and shared that she had been training at the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida, despite the fact that she was still months away from making her in-ring debut, right? She has a brace on her left knee, and she's doing some tactical drills and stuff like that, and some in-ring work. But the fact And CM Punk has done this as well, just not to the great extent in which Charlotte Flair has. I think he could step up his game, but if you look at what she's been able to do through social, whether it be Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or what have you, TikTok, is the fact that she is continuously not only updating fans, okay, look, I'm still here, I'm right here, I am not far away. She was there over in WrestleMania weekend, but by sharing these clips, it not only connects with the fans, it gives them a reason to care even more when she does return as a babyface. Of like, look at all of the grinding and training and rehab that I have gone through, the pain, the suffering that I have gone through to get to this moment. That will make her a bigger babyface. And the fact that it is, you were getting another insight into Charlotte Flair and what she is going through, but it also keeps you with the idea of, oh, Charlotte Flair, there she is, right? It's not out of sight, out of mind. It's continuously in your feed if you're following her, right? Or if you're following wrestling news sites where, okay, she is still doing the dang thing. This is her. Because, like, I'll give you an example. Wes Lee, he, down in NXT, he also had to get surgery. And he announced his surgery in December. And he's been out of sight, out of mind. And then all of a sudden he posted on Instagram, hey, still making progress. I've been doing some painting as of late. Take care, y'all. And it's like, oh, yeah, Wes Lee. I forgot about him, right? Like, oh, yeah, that's what he was injured with. But with Charlotte, it's like, no. It's always in your face, and it's always a reminder. And you got to give her props for that, because when she does return, as I said, she's going to be a big baby face, at least initially, right? You're still going to have the Charlotte Flair effect, where she divides the fan bases, right? With whether it's a Jay Cargill or a John Cena or Roman Reigns, right? Like, you're not just a babyface or a heel. They had like the split of this fan base, because with Charlotte Flair, you either you get it or you don't, all right? It's, do you see what she brings to the table? Do you see that she is one of the best in-ring workers on the planet right now, regardless of gender? Do you not understand she's one of the best talkers on the planet, regardless of male or female? Do you not understand that she's going to go down as one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time? And more importantly, do you not understand that she's going to go down as one of the greatest wrestlers in the history of the pro wrestling business? That is what Charlotte Flair brings. That is what fans gravitate towards. And that is something that haters simply don't like. And that is something in which we will all have to see play out when Charlotte Flair returns from injury sometime in 2025. Hopefully a little bit earlier than that, but probably 2025. Let me know down in the comments area below. What do you think of Charlotte Flair, and what do you think WWE should do when she returns to in-ring action?